Hey everyone, it's Ivan, kitpatcher.com, out here for another gear review, and today, talking about these little guys right here, which are the fire plugs by Blackbeard Fire Starters. What are they? They're fire starters. Think of them as a Vaseline-soaked cotton ball that doesn't suck. Why do I say that? Well, if you've ever made Vaseline-soaked cotton balls, one, just everything gets gross, they're a mess, and they're also messy to use. They get on everything. This is not that, but they light just like a Vaseline-soaked cotton ball, and they're great fire starters. I'll show you how they work. There's a couple different ways you can go about actually burning these. One, you can basically fluff out an end, or you can essentially fluff this entire part out. If you fluff one end, it'll basically burn like a wick. It'll burn quite a while. If you fluff this entire thing out into a giant, like, fuzzy thing, it'll light, burn really hot, really quick. What I like to do is basically just start working it in half, and then doing this, you essentially fluff out the center of it. Reason I like this, well, there, turn it into two pieces. The reason I actually like this method is because more often than not, I'm using gloves. Trying to fluff that out with gloves is difficult. This is super easy. So once you have that, you can light it. It will take anything, whether it's a spark, flame, whatever you want. This right here, actually also by Blackbeard, this is their electric lighter, basically a little plasma. It's kind of crazy. And it's USB-C rechargeable, but that, boom, wow, gets hot. And there we go. And now you have time and opportunity. Hopefully you actually already had kind of everything set up. Ooh, it's warm. There we go. And we'll build a fire, or it's already built. Just keep adding to it now. Like I said, way better than Vaseline-soaked cotton balls. They're not messy, anything like that. I usually carry them in this, which, little trick, if you are going to make Vaseline-soaked cotton balls, this stuff's actually really cool. North Idaho citrus lotion made by Locks. Stuff's amazing. Goes on anything, face, hands, feet, whatever. And it's also flammable. So usually what I'll do is when this gets really low, the last thing you want to do is actually try and liquefy some Vaseline in anything in your kitchen. So basically put this with a little bit of this North Idaho citrus lotion in there. Once there's just a little bit left, put this on basically a burner essentially, just for a second. It'll liquefy. You can throw some cotton balls in there. No mess with anything that you need to clean up. And then you actually have a cotton ball that has something useful on it, because it has lotion. So you can put it on chapped lips, hands, whatever, in the backcountry. Or you can just get a bunch of these, which is really convenient. Usually I'll keep them in here, just keep them out of the way. And they're awesome for starting fires. The biggest thing, if you ever saw, I actually did a series of videos called To Build a Fire, based on the Jack London book. Pretty cool. I'll try and link those videos because it's actually a pretty cool series. The thing that it comes down to is having time when you're trying to build a fire. Because here's the thing. Built a lot of fires with just ferro rod and whatever I can find. And honestly, given enough time in pretty much any environment, you can build a fire with just a ferro rod. But there's a lot of prep involved. And usually the times when it's like, hey, I need a fire, that's not when you have all of that time to go leisurely collect all the stuff you need, do all that. These will get you out of a bind, in that you can light one of these. If it doesn't go, I have a whole bunch more that I can go to. And especially being up in Pacific Northwest, like North Idaho, it gets really cold. And sometimes you get weather you otherwise weren't really expecting. And all of a sudden, everything's wet. And these burn really good to where even if you have something that's a little damp, this can dry it out while you're getting other stuff to get that fire started that you need. Not like the fire you want, but the fire you need. The other place I'll say these really shine is if you use a twig stove. I've used a bunch, reviewed one recently, the Überleben Stoker, and they're great because you can pretty much find twigs anywhere, and now you don't have to carry fuel canisters, any of that stuff. But starting them isn't usually a ton of fun because you're trying to get a fire started in this little box. These things are incredible for that. And yeah, huge time savings versus trying to figure out some other method to get these things started. Price-wise, for, I want to say a bag of about 50 of these, I don't know, maybe like 16 bucks on Amazon. If you want to save money, you can go melt down some Vaseline and get a bunch of cotton balls and go that route. Honestly, being able to have these things, carry them, handle them, and not be all gross, and like I said, they work great. Fluff up one end if you want this to burn for a long time, the entire thing if you want it to burn really hot, or like I usually do, I just basically work them and essentially tear them in half. Seems to work the best for me, just dexterity wise, especially colder months with gloves. Yeah, really like these things. If you're interested, they'll be linked down below, you can check it out. And if you want to check out their lighter, which I think right here, I think it's neat. I don't know that there's a little blue indicator when you turn this thing on. You can hear it. It's crazy. I don't know if it'll light these just without fluffing it. Nope. Need to fluff these things up a little bit. I like it because literally super windproof. Like if the wind is howling, yeah, like this will work where a regular lighter won't. However, a regular lighter, even once you're out of butane or whatever, it'll still spark, and a spark's all you need to catch these too. So if you want to check them out, there'll be a link to that too. But overall, stoked with these things. And as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.